What's up, everybody? This is Tech G back with another video to help you successfully pass the CompTIA Security Plus certification exam. So let's get into it. In this video, we're going to break down the critical steps of incident response, how to train and test your team, and the importance of tools like digital forensics and understanding the root causes of incidents. So let's begin. All right, so incident response. This is a structured methodology for addressing and managing security breaches or cyber attacks. And this process is often described in 7 steps. The first step is preparation. So this involves creating and maintaining an incident response plan to address potential security incidents. And the key activities involved are the following. You want to develop policies and procedures. You want to ensure team training and readiness. And you want pre-staged tools like forensic software, communication devices, and incident response kits. And here's a real world tip. You want to keep your documentation clear and accessible so your team can execute the plan under pressure. All right, next is detection, and this is the discovery of a potential security event. And the key actions involved here are you want to monitor logs, alerts, and notifications from intrusion detection systems and firewalls. And you want to use security information and event management tools to correlate data. So as an example, suppose your team detects unusual login attempts at odd hours. This could be an indication of brute force or credential stuffing attacks. Next is analysis, and this involves determining the scope, impact, and potential source of the incident. And the steps here are you want to gather relevant data from affected systems, you want to determine which assets and data are impacted, and you want to prioritize actions based on the severity. And as a tip, you can use tools like Splunk or Wireshark, which can help you analyze network traffic. Next, this leads us to containment, and this limits the impact of an incident while maintaining evidence integrity. And the types of containment are you have what are called short-term containment. So you want to disconnect affected systems, and you have long-term. You want to apply patches or reconfigure security settings. So as an example, during a ransomware attack, you want to isolate the infected devices to prevent lateral movement. Next is eradication. So eradication, this removes malicious artifacts from the environment. The actions you want to take, you want to identify and eliminate malware or compromised accounts. You want to apply updates and patches to prevent reinfection. And as an important reminder, you want to document every step or forensic analysis and auditing purpose. Next, this leads us to recovery, and this involves restoring normal operations after the threat is neutralized. And the steps here, you want to restore data from backups, you want to monitor the environment for lingering threats, and you want to validate the system's integrity before bringing it back online. And as a tip, you want to perform a post-incident review to ensure all gaps have been addressed. And then finally, that leads us to lessons learned. So this is the reflection phase where teams document and analyze the incident response to improve future outcomes. And the key deliverables here are producing a comprehensive incident report and adjustments to policies, tools, or training. So as an example, after a phishing attack, you want to identify how users were tricked and enhance awareness training. All right, next let's talk about training. So training, this is essential to ensure your team can execute the incident response effectively. So let's explore how to train your team. So these are the various types of training. You have what is called role-specific training. So you want to train your staff on these specific responsibilities during an incident. You have cross-training. You want to ensure team members understand adjacent roles for flexibility. And then you have what are called phishing simulations. You want to test user awareness and reinforce good practices. All right, next let's talk about testing. So training alone is not enough. You must test your plans regularly to ensure their effectiveness. So the first type of testing we have here is called a tabletop exercise. And this is a discussion-based session where team members walk through a hypothetical incident, and the benefits are you can identify gaps in the plan and you can foster communication between departments. So an example would be imagining a scenario where a rogue insider exfiltrates sensitive data. So how would you go about responding to that? And then we have simulations, and these are hands-on drills that replicate real-world incidents, and their key focus is to test technical tools and processes and validate the team's readiness under pressure. And as a tip, you can use penetration testing to simulate attack vectors. Next, we have what is called root cause analysis. So understanding the root cause of an incident is critical to prevent recurrence. And the steps here, you want to establish an event timeline. So you want to reconstruct the sequence of events leading to the incident. Next is cause identification. So you want to determine the technical or procedural failure. And then we have corrective actions. You want to implement measures to mitigate future risks. Next, we have what is called threat hunting. So proactively seeking threats is just as important as responding to detected incidents. And some of the techniques involved here are hypothesis driven. So you want to use intelligence to guide searches, like looking up new malware variants. You have what is called indicator based. So you want to search for known indicators of compromise. And then we have what is called an analytics based approach, where you want to leverage machine learning to detect anomalies. And here are some of the outcomes of effective threat hunting. So this can enhance overall security posture. It can prevent attacks before they escalate, and they can provide actionable insights to improve your system's defenses. All right, and that leads us to digital forensics. So digital forensics, this plays a key role in investigating and mitigating incidents. So the first concept we want to talk about is called a legal hold, and this is where you preserve data that could be relevant to legal investigations. You have what is called a chain of custody. So you want to document the handling of evidence to maintain integrity. So an example could be you want to record every transfer of a confiscated hard drive. Then we have what is called acquisition. This is where you collect evidence while ensuring it remains unaltered, and you can use tools like FTK Imager and Encase. Then we have reporting. So you want to summarize findings in a clear and detailed report. And the purpose of this is to share with stakeholders, legal teams, or even the law enforcement. And then we have preservation. So you want to secure and maintain evidence over time. And as a tip, you can use tamper-proof storage solutions to help with that. And then we have what is called e-discovery. So you want to identify and collect digital data for litigation. And examples of this could be emails, chat logs, or file access histories. So in conclusion, incident response isn't just about reacting to events. It's about preparing, detecting, analyzing, and learning to strengthen your organization's defenses. Through proper training, testing, and the integration of tools like digital forensics, your team can confidently navigate even the most complex incidents. Now, with all of that being said, let's do some of this outstanding check on learning. So, which phase of the incident response process focuses on documenting and reviewing an incident to improve future response efforts? Would it be detection and analysis? Would it be containment, lessons learned, or recovery? And the correct answer is it will be lessons learned. So the lessons learned phase occurs after recovery and involves documenting the incident, analyzing what happened, and identifying areas of improvement. This phase ensures the organization learns from the incident to reduce the likelihood of recurrence. Next question. During a security breach investigation, a forensic expert documents all individuals who handled the evidence to maintain its integrity. What is this process called? Is this called a legal hold? Is this a chain of custody? Is this preservation? Or is this reporting? And the correct answer is this is called the chain of custody. So the chain of custody, this is a critical process in digital forensics to track the handling of evidence. It ensures that evidence remains untampered and legally admissible by recording everyone who has access to it. And our final question, what type of incident response testing involves a structured discussion of potential scenarios and response procedures without physically simulating the events? Would it be a simulation? Would it be a tabletop exercise? Would it be threat hunting? Or would it be a root cause analysis? And the correct answer is it will be a tabletop exercise. So a tabletop exercise, this is a discussion-based incident response test where team members evaluate their roles and responsibilities in a simulated scenario without performing any actual system changes or live simulations.